Right now, your liver is working constantly filtering more than 700 toxins from your body every single day. But if you are over 60, your liver's detox capacity may have already declined by as much as 40%. That means a large portion of those toxins can remain circulating in your body instead of being eliminated efficiently. Most people are never told this. The surprising part is that several common kitchen spices can help reactivate your liver's detox system and start flushing trapped toxins out of the body sometimes within the first 48 hours. Imagine waking up with a light, comfortable stomach instead of feeling swollen and heavy. Your eyes look clearer, your mind feels sharper, and you actually have energy before noon. In this guide, 8 spices are ranked from the least effective to the most powerful, so you can see which ones truly support liver detox and which ones are overrated. The number 1 spice on this list is especially impressive. Research suggests it can increase liver detox activity by up to 73%. Think about the difference that could make. Instead of dragging yourself through the afternoon with bloating and brain fog, you feel lighter, clearer, and more energetic. The most surprising part is that this powerful spice may already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet. The real issue is that very few people have been shown how it actually works. Much of what you are about to learn challenges the usual advice often given about liver health. To understand why these spices matter, it helps to look at what happens inside the liver after 60. Key detox enzymes decline by about 30%, especially a process called phase 2 conjugation. This system works like the liver's cleanup crew. It grabs toxins, packages them safely, and removes them through bile and urine. When this process slows down, toxins remain in the body and keep circulating, becoming harder for the liver to handle. When phase 2 detox slows, the effects go beyond simple fatigue or bloating. Blood filtration becomes less effective. Fat begins to build up in liver cells, inflammation increases, and oxidative stress quietly damages liver tissue over time. Doctors often recommend reducing alcohol, eating more vegetables, or taking vitamins. These steps help somewhat, but they do not fully address the underlying problem, which is the weakened phase 2 detox system. The good news is that this decline can often be improved. Certain spices contain compounds that help restart these detox pathways. Scientific studies show that the liver converts these compounds into molecules such as glutathione and sulfates, which are essential for phase 2 detoxification. Once these pathways reactivate, the liver can begin removing stored toxins more efficiently. This process is called hepatic biotransformation, where the liver converts harmful substances into forms that the body can safely eliminate. When this system improves, liver enzyme activity can increase by 35 to 55% within a week. People often notice that brain fog fades, bloating improves, and energy returns. Over time, deeper healing begins. Fat accumulation in liver cells can decrease, inflammation markers drop, and oxidative damage starts to reverse. However, not every spice marketed for liver cleansing is truly effective. Some offer little benefit, others can interfere with medications, and a few stand out as powerful, affordable options that can significantly support liver detox. 8. Cayenne pepper. At number 8 is cayenne pepper. Almost everyone has come across advice claiming that a little cayenne mixed into warm water can cleanse the liver. There is a small amount of truth behind that idea. Cayenne contains capsaicin, a compound known to increase circulation throughout the body, including blood flow to the liver. Research published in the British Journal of Nutrition reported that capsaicin can raise bile production by roughly 7%. A 7% increase is not meaningless, but it is also not the kind of effect many people imagine. Cayenne mainly supports circulation and warmth. When it comes to truly reactivating the liver's phase 2 detox pathways, its impact is very limited. A simple way to think about it is this. It helps keep the engine running warm, but it does not replace the dirty oil. The system may stay active, but the deeper buildup is still there. This matters even more for adults over 60. If you deal with acid reflux, gastritis, or a sensitive stomach, and many people in this age group do cayenne on an empty stomach can create real discomfort. It may trigger burning nausea and irritation of the stomach lining. That added irritation can actually make things worse because now the body has to handle extra inflammation instead of reducing it. If you still want to include cayenne, use it gently. A small amount, about 1/4 of a teaspoon mixed into food, is the safer option. Do not take it by itself on an empty stomach. And most importantly, do not rely on it as a true solution for liver detox. 7. Cinnamon and clove. Coming in at number 7 are cinnamon and clove. You have probably heard people recommend boiling cinnamon sticks with a few cloves and drinking the tea at night as a way to cleanse the liver while you sleep. That idea sounds appealing, and there is some real science behind the ingredients. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, while clove provides eugenol, and both of these compounds do have antioxidant properties. Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that cinnamon extract can lower oxidative stress markers in liver cells by around 12%. That may sound encouraging, but when it comes to meaningful detox support, the effect is still fairly modest. Cinnamaldehyde works mainly by helping regulate blood sugar levels. Its strongest impact is more closely connected to the pancreas than to the liver's phase 2 detox system. So, yes, the liver may benefit a little, but that is more of a secondary bonus than the main reason cinnamon works in the body. Clove has a similar issue. Eugenol looks very powerful in laboratory testing, but inside the human body, it is broken down so quickly that only a very small amount from a cup of tea would ever reach the liver. To get a truly therapeutic effect, you would need an unrealistically large amount. There is another problem that many people never hear about. Cassia cinnamon, which is the type sold in most grocery stores, contains coumarin. In high amounts, coumarin can be harmful to the liver, which is exactly the organ you are trying to protect. If you want to use cinnamon, choose cinnamon, the lighter and thinner variety. About 1 teaspoon of cinnamon with 2 whole cloves steeped in hot water for 10 minutes can work well as a gentle daily antioxidant drink. But if your goal is true liver detox support, stronger choices are still coming up next. 6. Rosemary and lemon zest. At number 6, we finally reach a combination that begins to influence the liver pathways that actually matter. Rosemary and lemon zest are a noticeable step up. Rosemary contains carnosic acid and rosmarinic acid, 2 compounds known for helping shield liver cells from oxidative stress and ongoing cellular damage. A study published in Phytotherapy Research reported that rosemary extract increased liver antioxidant enzyme activity by about 18% over the course of 8 weeks. That is where things start becoming more interesting. And lemon zest, not the juice but the outer peel itself, contains diliminine, a compound that helps stimulate both phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox enzymes. When these two are used together, they begin targeting the deeper detox problem instead of just offering general support. Still, there is an important limitation. The small amount of rosemary people normally use in cooking, the kind lightly sprinkled over chicken or vegetables, is nowhere near enough to create a truly therapeutic effect. The same issue applies to lemon zest. To reach meaningful levels of delimonene, you would need around 2 teaspoons of fresh zest each day, which is a substantial amount of lemon. There is also a caution here for older adults. If you are taking medication for blood pressure or using blood thinners, concentrated rosemary may affect the way your body handles those drugs. That is not a minor issue, especially after 60 when many people are already taking at least 1 daily prescription. If you want to test this combination, steep 1 full tablespoon of fresh rosemary with the zest from 1 whole lemon in hot water for 15 minutes. Drink it with food rather than on an empty stomach. It offers real support, but the higher-ranked options still deliver stronger liver benefits with less work. 5. Schisandra berry. At number 5 is Schisandra berry, and this one catches many people off guard. Most people have never even heard of it, yet Schisandra is one of the few natural compounds with a real reputation for supporting liver repair and recovery. It contains Schisandra's active plant compounds that directly encourage the liver to produce more glutathione, the master antioxidant that your phase 2 detox system relies on to function well. A meta-analysis covering 14 clinical trials published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that Schisandra improved liver enzyme markers by about 24% and reduced signs of liver cell damage within 30 days. What makes it even more impressive is how quickly it begins working. In many cases, the liver starts raising glutathione production within the first 72 hours. People often notice the difference. That dense, toxic, worn-down feeling begins to ease. Digestion starts moving more smoothly. Energy feels less stuck. But there is one reason many people never get the full benefit. They buy Schisandra as a dried berry tea, pour hot water over it briefly, and assume that is enough. It is not. The active Schisandrins are trapped inside the tough cellular structure of the berry. To release them properly, the dried berries need to be simmered for at least 20 minutes, or you can use a standardized extract instead. If you choose an extract, look for one that lists 2% Schisandrins on the label with a common dose of 500 milligrams twice per day. Schisandra is often called the 5-flavor berry because it carries sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and pungent notes all at once. Most people make a face the first time they taste it, but at roughly $12 for a 2-month supply, it is surprisingly affordable for how effective it can be. If you take medications that are processed by the liver, especially immunosuppressant drugs, speak with your doctor before using it. Schisandra can change the way the liver metabolizes certain prescriptions. 4. Ginger, fennel, and cardamom. Now, we come to one of the most overlooked combinations on the list. Number 4 is ginger, fennel, and cardamom, and this blend deserves far more attention than it gets. Your bile ducts are the pathways that carry out the waste your liver has already processed during phase 2 detox. After the age of 60, those pathways often become slower and less efficient. When that happens, toxins can begin backing up like water in a blocked drain. The liver may still be doing its job, but the waste it prepares no longer moves out smoothly. Ginger helps by stimulating bile flow directly through its active gingerols. Fennel contributes a nethole, which can help relax spasms in the bile ducts. Then there is cardamom. A study published in the Indian Journal of Biochemistry and Biophysics found that cardamom increased liver glutathione levels by 37%. Another advantage is how quickly this blend can make a difference. Many people notice less bloating and smoother digestion within the first 48 hours. That heavy, overly full feeling after meals starts to ease. Morning nausea often becomes less noticeable. And unlike many expensive supplements, this one is remarkably affordable. Fresh ginger root fennel seeds and cardamom pods usually cost around $9 in total and can last for more than a month. To prepare it, grate 1 thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger, lightly crush half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, and open 3 cardamom pods. Simmer everything in 2 cups of water for 10 minutes. Then strain and drink it warm after your largest meal. The flavor is earthy, lightly sweet, and surprisingly enjoyable. There is one important caution. Ginger can have a mild blood-thinning effect. If you are taking warfarin or other anticoagulant medications, keep ginger to the thumb-sized amount, and speak with your doctor first. 3. Milk thistle and dandelion root. This next one tends to divide opinions. At number 3 is milk thistle and dandelion root. Milk thistle became hugely popular about 10 years ago. Supplement brands promoted it as the perfect answer for every liver problem, and a lot of those promises were exaggerated. But when it comes to genuine liver cell repair and real support for phase 2, Detox, this one, deserves its reputation. Milk thistle contains silymarin, and that compound does something very unusual. Very few plant compounds can do what it does. It actually enters the liver. Cell reaches the nucleus and helps trigger the production of new proteins. So, it is not only shielding the liver from further harm, it is signaling the liver to start rebuilding damaged tissue. Silymarin moves through the cell membrane, interacts with nuclear receptors, and turns on protein synthesis, that helps restore injured cellular structures, that is hepatocyte regeneration. A study published in the World Journal of Hepatology found that silymarin improved liver function markers by 36% over 8 weeks. Now, add dandelion root to that. Dandelion root acts as a natural choleretic, meaning it encourages the liver to make more bile, the fluid that carries phase 2 toxins out of the body. Traditional healing systems across both Europe and Asia have relied on dandelion root for liver support for centuries. Modern studies are finally beginning to support what traditional medicine observed long ago. A practical way to use this combination is 200 milligrams of standardized milk thistle with 80% silymarin paired with 1 teaspoon of dried dandelion root brewed into tea twice a day. It is not the most delicious drink on this list, but if your goal is real, liver rebuilding, the taste is a small price to pay. 2. Cilantro, parsley, and lemon. At number 2 is cilantro, parsley, and lemon. Among ordinary kitchen ingredients, this is one of the strongest natural combinations for liver-focused detox support. Pound for pound, it outperforms almost every other herb blend when it comes to strengthening phase 2 detox pathways. Cilantro contains compounds such as dodecanol and linalool, which can bind to heavy metals like mercury, lead, and aluminum, making it easier for the liver to package them and move them toward elimination. Parsley brings something equally valuable. It is rich in apigenin, a flavonoid shown to increase glutathione S transferase activity, one of the liver's most important phase 2 detox enzymes, by as much as 41%. Fresh lemon juice adds another layer of support. Its citric acid helps stimulate bile production, while its vitamin C helps the body recycle glutathione, so the liver can continue detoxifying efficiently. A study published in the Journal of Environmental and Public Health found that using cilantro preparations daily for 6 weeks led to a 44% drop in circulating heavy metals. To prepare it, blend 1 full cup of fresh cilantro, half a cup of fresh parsley, and the juice of 1 lemon with 8 ounces of cold water. Drink it right away. The chelating compounds begin breaking down within about 20 minutes after blending, so timing matters. Many people notice changes quickly. Within the first week, they often report clearer skin and sharper mental focus. Within a month, some begin to see less puffiness under the eyes and visible improvements in overall skin tone. The only reason this combination is not ranked number 1 is convenience. You need fresh cilantro and parsley every day. That means regular shopping or growing them yourself. Cilantro in particular wilts very quickly. It also takes about 5 to 7 minutes to make each morning, and about 15% of people have a genetic trait that makes cilantro taste like soap. Not everyone wants that kind of daily routine, but for those willing to stay consistent, it can outperform many over-the-counter liver supplements. 1. Turmeric with black pepper and coconut oil. This is the top of the list. The most powerful liver support spice combination of them all is turmeric with black pepper and coconut oil. And that full combination matters. Not just turmeric by itself, but turmeric paired with black pepper and coconut oil. That detail changes everything. Let me be completely direct here. If you have been mixing turmeric into plain tea or warm water, and expecting major liver benefits, you have likely been getting very little in return. Curcumin. The main active compound in turmeric is fat-soluble and poorly absorbed on its own. Taken by itself, nearly 95% is cleared out before it ever makes a meaningful impact on the liver. That is where black pepper changes the equation. Piperine, the active compound in black pepper, can raise curcumin absorption by as much as 2,000%. Then coconut oil adds the final piece. It gives curcumin the fat-based transport it needs to pass through the intestinal wall, enter the bloodstream more efficiently, and reach the liver in an active form. Once that happens, the body can use curcumin as one of the strongest natural triggers for phase 2 liver detoxification. It increases glutathione production, boosts superoxide dismutase activity, and stimulates bile flow at the same time. No other single spice delivers all three of those effects together in the same way. A landmark study published in Lever International found that taking bioavailable curcumin daily for 8 weeks led to a 38% reduction in liver fat, a 29% improvement in liver enzyme balance, a 45% increase in phase 2 conjugation markers, and a meaningful drop in inflammatory markers associated with long-term liver disease. Here is the exact preparation. Use 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of virgin coconut oil. Mix them into a paste first, then stir that paste into warm water bone broth or a smoothie. Take it once a day with a meal, never on an empty stomach. Many people notice that mental fog begins easing within hours. Bloating often improves within a few days, and after 4 to 6 weeks, the overall change can feel dramatic. If there is one message to remember from this entire video, it is this. After 60, your liver is not doomed to keep slowing down without help. With the right spices used the right way, you can support, detox, protect liver cells, improve bile flow, and help your body work more efficiently. Some options are weak, some are overhyped, and a few truly make a difference. The good news is that the most effective support may already be in your kitchen. What matters most is not hype, but knowing which spices actually help, how to prepare them properly, and how to use them safely and consistently. If this video helped you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next videos on liver health, digestion, nutrition, and simple science-based tips for staying strong after 60. Leave a comment and tell us which spice surprised you most, and share this video with someone who may need it.